forces are under attack.
Should you become a nuisance, I'll kill you myself.
Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be a best of 3 featuring Bisu and Larva. Holy smokes, big names from RJB today. Bottom left, it's going to be a purple Protoss player. It is Bisu. And in the bottom right, it is Larva, our teal Zerg player. Should be an excellent best of 3. Terror the Overlord moving out the correct direction. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you're excited to see who comes out on top here today. Man, I got so many best ofs from RJB. I wish I could cast them all, but they just take up a little bit more time than I have usually. But today, I have the time. So, let's go ahead and see what the opening here is. Yeah, just gonna play it safe or play it aggressively. Let's see, Forge versus Gateway. Not quite enough minerals for either at this point. Terror the Overlord again will scout the Protoss because he picked it correctly and directly here on Fighting Spirit. And it's gonna be a Gateway. All right, man. Okay, so yeah, overpool opening here from Larva, which is very, very good against a Gateway opening here from Bisu. You get Lings out earlier to deal with the Zealots and protect your hatchery while it is coming up. Yeah, man, every time I see Bisu go Gateway opening, I remember games I've cast where Bisu 2 gates and then just floods the Zerg with Zealots, with perfect micro, and bam, the Zerg is dead. So, Zealots in Bisu's hands, man. Deadly, deadly weapons. Okay, so we're hatching at about 11 supply here in about 2 minutes. Spawning pool popping around 2:05, and Zealot on the way. Oh, it is. It's a 2-gate opening here, man. Larva. That is some gamer luck, man. If this was a hatch first, I feel like Bisu would win this game just outright. But since it was an overpool, yeah, so he sees no gas, he sees no expansion. He sees, okay, so we need a lot of Lings now. And maybe a Sunken as soon as this as soon as this hatchery finishes. Woo! This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be a tough look. Oh man, who's gonna come out on top here? The drone. Ugh! Yeah, this is just gonna be Zealots, man. Look at this Overlord just parking. He knows there's no gas. There's no way that we're gonna get any Dragoons out, right? It's Larva though, right? This isn't a lower level Zerg player. This is Larva. Larva's a monster. He is on the list of Zerg players I think that can withstand this, but look at he's even sending 3 probes across with the 3 Zealots, getting really important hits off on this hatch. Okay, he's gonna pull some drones down. He's like, we gotta deal with this. Or is he just transferring drones? Okay. I would honestly throw up a... Oh, he tried to throw down a creep, but that drone blocked it. No! Okay, that creep is late. That creep colony is late. But I don't know it's gonna matter all that much here. This is so intense. So tight here in game number 1. Zealot hacking away at that creep colony. Probe hacking away at that creep colony. Gonna try to make it a Sunken. This is so tough. This is so tough. The probes are getting hits off in here too. The Zealots are not dying, friends. And by that, okay, now the Sunken. Okay, Sunken is injured, but Sunken hits are massive in this situation. They really want to kill this Zealot before he escapes. They do manage to snipe him. This guy trying to run too. Okay. Okay, so I think Larva's managed to pull this off. I think Larva has held the 2-gate Zealot open here. All right. I guess he's trying to counterattack? I don't know, man. These Lings cannot kill the Zealots. Yeah, I guess just wanted to pick off that super low Zealot there with low health. And what is this drone doing, man? Come on, Larva. You got 300 APM. You can do something with this drone. There we go. Okay, so a macro hatch. No gas. Gas is up. for Bisu, but still, no Nexus. The Overlord sees this. What is Bisu planning? Drones blocking the ramp in the range of this Sunken. Man, what a sick move here by Larva. Okay. And, okay. So, Zealot scouting. He sees the gas coming up. He sees the macro hatch. He wants to kill a drone. And he will. Man, 4 kills for this Zealot. All right, and one of them's a drone. Oh, man. 5 kills. Wow. A 5-kill Zealot. Ay, caramba. Still, no expansion. Overlord sees a cybernetics core coming up. No way to deny Overlords without Dragoons. This is such an intense game 1 of this best of 3. This Sunken has put in so much work. It was down to 100 HP. Now it's regenerated to about 150. That is nice for Zergs, that's for sure. And metabolic boost on the way here at 6 minutes. Run, Zerglings. Scout. Yeah, if you come in here and try to get up this ramp, we're going to pin you here and Sunken. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Taking big hits on your Zealots. We got a Dragoon. Ling's trying to take down that Dragoon, but there are Zealot escorts. And, okay, so Ling's getting into the main base here. Got a robotics facility here. Maybe for detection. Maybe for Reaver drop. Oh, wow. This is a Ling flood. Metabolic boost almost completed. And 12 workers to 19 in favor of the Protoss. And no, there are not enough. Not enough Zerglings here to take down these Zealots. Maybe there are, actually. This is tough. 3 more Zealots joining the party. Zealots fighting Dragoons, getting extra hits off here too. Great Zealot micro. More Lings joining this party. Zerglings again trying to get a run into the main base, trying to pick off probes. This is an intense... Oh, and he does scout the Robo Bay too. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, trying to snipe down the Robo facility. That'd be good. Probes come off the line to try to shut it down. Dragoons and Zealots joining the party to try to shut that down too, and the Robo stays alive. More Lings cruising on in. No drones being produced. A lair is on the way. I don't know what he wants to do with that lair, man, but it's a 2 base to 1 base at 8 minutes. This is not the usual stuff that I'm casting, people. This is not a Falcon Paladin standard to have this kind of a game on the channel, but as part of a best of 3, it makes a lot of sense. I don't know. That was not good trades. Nothing died there for the Protoss, and a ton of Lings are going down. Honestly, I would stop making Lings at some point here, but I've been in this position. You're like, if I just had a few more Lings, I could shut this down. There are no upgrades on these Zealots. No upgrades on the Dragoons. I know there are Reavers in production, so he's getting a Hydra Den. But he's just sitting on about 11 or 12 drones, man. Not droning up at all. It is 19 probes. Shuttle on the way. Shuttle on the way. Reaver is out, producing the Scarabs. Man, a couple good Reaver hits here would be so good. Ling's trying to shut down this gateway. The Zealots don't have speed, so it's hard for them to jump out on these Lings like they normally would at this stage of the game. Here comes the Scarab. No, absolutely no damage, though. Yeah, explodes harmlessly there. The Lings see that coming. Making some Hydras. This is intense. This is an intense situation, but seriously, I don't know if 11 drones is going to be enough for this to work. He's pulled everybody off gas. He's made a couple Hydras. He just wants a couple Hydras. This Overlord sees the shuttle coming out too. Dude, if the Hydras could intercept that shuttle. Where are the Hydralisks? They're coming down. They're coming down to this area. They know where that shuttle's coming from. No, they stopped. They stopped heading down this way. Okay, the shuttle's making a juke up north anyway. Coming in. Overlord sees it. I don't know. Is this enough? Reaver. Okay, fine. 1 Ling sacrificed for a Scarab. Getting a hit on that Sunken's pretty good. Hydra takes a shot. Good target firing. And another Hydra takes a shot. The anti-air options, all 3 Lings die. The anti-air options are not good. And Bisu takes down the Sunken that has done so much damage. The drones are going down. The Lings from Larva are trying. Ow, what do they do? And that's it. GG. Larva taps out and Bisu takes game number 1. Just with some sick 2-gate Zealot opening into a tier 3 Reaver follow-up that takes down 3 Hydras and a Sunken and some drones, and it just is the MVP of this match for sure. Look at all these slow Zealots, making sure the Lings can't possibly get in here. The Lings can't do anything against this Reaver. The anti-air against the shuttle is non-existent. The ability to just smash a Scarab into a bunch of Lings and then pick up inside the shuttle and have nothing bother you is just mwah. Every Protoss player on Earth right now is like, that is how you play Protoss. That is how you defeat a Zerg player, man. Don't let them get up to the macro levels they want to. Don't let them get 4 bases and 5 macro hatches and get up to 65 drones and overwhelm you with forces. No, 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 no. Keep them on 11 drones. Keep them scared of you, and then use your high-tech stuff and superior micro to destroy them. Beautiful. Just beautiful. 22,000 to 17,000 points there in favor of Bisu. The 9-to-2 kill death ratio is bonkers for Bisu. I know a lot of this is Ling versus Zealot, and so the numbers aren't going to make a lot of sense for this. But resources are going to tell us a bit of a story. Outspending, yeah, if you outspend the Zerg player, it's tough. It's tough for the Zerg player to come out on top. So, woo-wee, game 1 in the bag. And I just feel, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's tough. It's tough sometimes to be a Zerg player, but let's see what Game 2 has to offer. Again, hit that like button if you're enjoying this, and subscribe. Game 2's here on Eclipse. Top right, going to be a red Zerg, it's Larva. Bottom left, going to be Bisu. Eclipse, 2-player map. Not as hard to navigate as Third World, it's Inspiration. But you know that already, don't ya? Woo! That was only a 10-minute game 1, and I feel like I need to take a break here. Like, step outside and smoke a cigarette. Not that I've ever smoked a cigarette in my life, but that's just what people do after a stressful situation, right? Although not so much anymore. We're in 2024, right? Smoking in America, at least, is pretty much dead. I saw a guy in the car next to me smoking earlier today, and I was like, holy smokes. It's a relic of another age. I haven't seen this in a long time. So yeah, definitely dying. Taxes have caused that. The national ban on smoking inside public spaces in America has done that. I think other countries have had similar laws too. Some haven't. Some just don't care about getting rid of smoking in their country, but America has, and it's been nice. I appreciate it. As somebody who was a kid in the 80s, I remember smoking being everywhere, man. In restaurants, you know, plane trips. People are smoking in there too, like just different times. And now it's changed. So anyway, it is going to be a Forge opening here on Eclipse. Interesting. Not going to be aggressive, despite the fact that it's a 2-player map. And there we go. It's another Overpool opening from Larva. Respecting Bisu, right? But that was the wrong move here. Not that he knew that. There's no way for him to know it. Unless he drone scouted pretty much immediately, but that would hurt his economy so much that it would be like, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Don't want to do it, right? So, the fun thing about a Forge opening is you can try to be cheeky and cannon rush the Zerg player, or you can use the Forge to be defensive. It's nice. It's a lot of options available on the fast expand with the Forge. And, throws down the pylon as the second drone comes down to deal with the probe. This is not a good map for getting a fast second base if the pylon block is here. The good news is, guess what? There's a spawning pool about finishing up here. Defensive cannon, because he knows Lings are in production now. It's a bit early. I don't think you have to start a cannon right now, but Beast is like, I just don't want to have to worry about it, thanks. And Larva does take the base up here at the third. Cancels. There you go. Cancels, and pylon gets canceled. Not enough money to get a fast base here, which would be nice. So, yeah, there we go. There's the fast expand out of Bisu. So yeah, I honestly think Larva could just save up for 300 minerals right here with his 12 drones and bam, go for that base. Technically a third, but as natural. You know how this works. You've been around long enough. You understand. So, all right. Cannon up. Lings aren't really getting past that. I know it's wide open, but pew, pew, cannons shoot fast. They two-shot Lings. And there is, we're going to call this the natural base because it is at the natural, and we're going to call this the third because it's at the third, even though it was the second base taken under duress by the Zerg player. Overlord trying to get out of here, recognizing, okay, well, at some point Dragoons will be out, but let me stick around just for a bit. Just for a tiny bit, see what's going on. Gas being taken now by the Zerg. And an assimilator about completing here from Bisu with the cybernetic score coming up at about the same time. So, yep, both players doing all right. No super early aggression from Bisu. Really no super early aggression here from Larva either. We'll watch that production tab, see what we can get going. Both players just kind of trying to get workers. First 100 gas does go to that lair, as is tradition for Zergs. Sacking an Overlord in just to see what's going on. Sees the gas, says, okay, that's good to know. Sees the Cyber Core, says, okay. So this isn't some kind of sneaky hide a bunch of zealots in my base and then move them across the map and try to win with those play, which would actually be kind of stupid. Like, I don't know that Bisu would ever try it. It's like hiding like 10 or 12 slow zealots in his base and then being like, "Rawr, I surprised you." Because the Overlord positioning and the Ling's positioning too would see it happening. And that the distance here is such that I think we could throw down like 3 Sunkens and be fine. So I really don't see that being a viable thing at all. But hey, you know what? It doesn't hurt to check. The Cyber Core is done. Stargate is on the way. Lair completing. And probe on the scout. Sees the lair timing. So nobody's really hiding anything at this stage of the game. Both players have a pretty fantastic idea of what's going on. And it is going to be +1 attack. All right, +1 attack. Corsairs. Corsairs. Spire on the way. Metabolic boost finishing up, which means this probe is dead. Unless there's something coming to save it. All right. Fair enough. This probe's job is to kill, or this probe's job. To get saved by the big brothers here. Hang on. Hang on. Ling juking. Nope. The probe juke. Scouted the Corsair, though. That's nice. Can't go in here because there's a cannon. Macro hatch. So I think at this stage, we're just going to try to hide the Overlords and sack an Overlord. Because that Spire's not going to finish in time to save this guy. And there's not a Hydra End here either. So this is going to be Scourge to try to deal with this Corsair. And he's just kind of built it in here, except I guess he's making 3 Overlords. So he's going to be supply blocked for about a second, and then not supply blocked, and then supply blocked. 2 sets of Scourge on the way. Will they pop in time to save this Overlord? Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. A second Corsair showed up. Overlord is definitely dead now. And the supply block is real. So he gambled. He was like, you know, I bet I can just lose 1 Overlord here before I get my Scourge out. But he lost 2 of them. Brutality. Extra brutality here. And there are Hydras coming out. Oh, so he did make a Hydra Den. It's right here the whole time. So it is Hydras. It is Scourge. He's not making Mutalisks, but Reaver. Oh my gosh, fast Reaver tech here. Did he... What is the vision range on a Scourge? Did he see that? Oh, I must know. I must know. Sorry, we're going to rewind this a bit. Apologize. Alright, so we're just going to go here to the Zerg's vision. No, that vision, I was going to say, the vision radius of a Scourge is not big. I really don't think he sees it. Nope. No, he doesn't. He doesn't see the robotic support bay. All right. That's interesting. That's good to know. That is a fast Reaver, man. A lot of the ZVPs I cast, Reavers are like, oh, I guess we're at 19 minutes. We haven't killed the Zerg player yet. Time to go Reavers, you know. Ling Hydra top of the ramp. Good combo against Zealots. Really strong combo against Zealots. Just Lings aren't that great against Zealots. Hydra's not that great against Zealots on their own. Cost for cost anyway, but Ling Hydra, it is a combo, a winning combination. But Scourge did not get a connection on that Corsair. These Corsairs have been entirely left alone. They are extraordinarily healthy, got all their shields, got all their HP. And as this goes on, it becomes harder and harder and harder for these Corsairs to be dealt with. So man, this could be just a quick 2-0 by Bisu. I've said in the past, if I cast a best of 3 or it's a 2-0 or a best of 5 or like it's a 3-0 or a 3-1, I will add extra stuff to the end of the VOD here. Like maybe an older cast of mine or something just to fill the time, so you can't be like, oh, well, there's only like 6 minutes left in this VOD. Obviously, this game is the last one, so it's a 2-0 and all this, you know. It's just spoiled for you at that point. So anti-spoiler stuff at the end of the cast. That's what I will do, I promise, in all these best ofs, all right? So you don't have to worry about it. Third base getting very carefully set up. Zealots on the ramp. Actually getting a cannon before expanding here. Ling run by, and he is... Gosh. He somehow is going to get inside the main base of Bisu and then not actually scout this Robo Bay. Somehow, miraculously, he just doesn't, he can't. I guess this pylon's blocking the Zergling access down to this half of the map, or the main anyway. Can these Zealots not get back here? Okay, this is actually hilarious. The Zealots are too chonky to get back here? Scourge, oh, the Reaver unloads though. He knows there's Reavers now. Oh, now he scouts the Robo Bay after the Reaver's gotten its hits off. Dude, Corsair Reaver, this is such an awesome combo. Cannon comes up, saves that pylon. Good job, Cannon. Third base coming in from Bisu. Corsairs having a good time. Where did that shuttle go? No. We didn't lose the shuttle. We didn't lose. What? How did we lose this shuttle? Okay, good. Fine. Unloads here. Nope. Tries to unload. Fails miserably. Oh. What? That's not... Okay, that totally sucks for Bisu. He's up 53 to 36 workers. He's going to console himself with that fact, but my gosh, what the heck? He just very carelessly lost that shuttle with a Reaver in it. That is a ton of cash to lose out on. And Corsair is trying to find Overlords, but Hydra Ball, yep, takes out a Corsair. +1 attack on the Hydras is good. There are DTs out now. Oh, man. Bisu is just doing this right, except for losing that shuttle. Hold on. Overlords have speed. I take it back. I take it back, everybody. Hydras are busting up into this third base like they own the joint. Like, you invested a lot into Corsairs. I'm going to make 1,000,000 Hydras, give them +1 attack, and your Reaver's dead. So what are you going to do about it? And the Corsairs are like, but are there any Overlords to kill over here? No, the third base of Bisu is just straight up dead. These probes going down, not ideal. 39 to 45 workers. Now, remember when it was like a 20 worker advantage for Bisu? It's over now. Totally gone. And the third base of Bisu is dead here at 10 minutes. So for a minute there, it was a 3-basing Protoss versus a 3-basing Zerg. And Bisu's going to be very comfortable and very happy in that position. Okay, but now it's a 2-basing Protoss. Not as comfy against a 3-basing Zerg player. Observatory coming in, worried about Lurker aspect getting researched. Have not seen that come through the production tab. This just seems like a mass Hydra play. Storm, I believe, has been researched. I think I saw that come through. Another shuttle is here. Replacement Reavers have been produced. Couple Scourge, nope. definitely no connections there. You need more than that to take down, what, 6 +1 Corsairs? Yeah. Oh, any research drops? Oh, you know Falcon's feelings on drops. They're good. That's it. Oh my gosh, he's going to drop right inside the main base. And all the stuff's out here. And, I mean, they can... they can figure it out. Oh boy. Oh boy. Probes have to evac entirely from the main base. This leaves the natural base as the only real source of mineral income for the moment for the Protoss. Hydra's not recognizing that there is actually a Reaver here. Okay, they're just taking hits. This Reaver, man, putting in serious work. Yeah. That's how Reavers are supposed to do, say Protoss fans. He's up 120 to 102 supply, but it's 43 to 42 workers. The Zerg player is up. This is not how this is supposed to work. Lurker Aspect is researching right now. This Mass Hydra thing, there you go. Dodge them storms. Dodge them, Larva. Still takes like 87 hits to kill a Zealot, I swear. They don't have any... Got the natural +1 armor, but... Oh, these are +1 Hydras, man. It helps against the Zealots, not maybe as much as Zerg players would like, especially with the Storm combo. Good snipe on that shuttle. Bisu struggling a lot. That's an amazing Storm, though. Oh my gosh, that's an amazing Storm. Still pushing across the map here. Bisu, Lurkers are on the way. The Obs are still a part of the party here. Overlord's trying to provide detection. What a chaotic scene this is right now. Good concave setup. High Templar are gone. No, just kidding. There's a High Templar. He's out. Archon trying to summon. No, definitely not. And wow, just a Hydra overwhelming here on those Zealots. 105 to 86 supply. Corsairs are like, well, can't do anything about these Hydras, boss. These Zealots are heading back home. They got the +1 attack. They got the +1 armor now. They're going to be even tankier against these Hydras, but these Hydras are mean. They've got +2 attack, so keeping up with upgrades here. +1 Carapace coming in, DT's on the way. Just mass Zealot to deal with this. Wait, did that shuttle have a Reaver in it? Did he lose 2 shuttles with Reavers in it today? Bisu! Oh, the Corsairs are just trying to kill as many Overlords as they can, but... Man, High Templar, and that's a GG. Bisu taps out. Larva does take game number 2. I have got to back this up. I have to see, was that yet another shuttle that died that had a Reaver in it? Come here, you. Oh my gosh, 2 Reavers in that. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm just gonna follow this shuttle. That's all we're gonna do. Gonna zoom it out and follow the shuttle. It's gonna be in the middle of the action here anyway. Dodging storms. I find it odd he's not unloading this Reaver here at all. I'm not trying to get any shots off on those Hydras. It's kind of, there we go. Unloading a Reaver. And then the surround is bad. Oh gosh. And then yeah, that shuttle dies with 2 Reavers in it. Ah! 2 shuttles to die today with 3 Reavers on the inside, and I don't want to boil this game down to one simple thing, one simple reason that the Zerg player won this, but being able to snipe 2 shuttles that contain 3 Reavers is pretty incredible. Like, I'm not going to complain about that at all. Wow. Yeah, sometimes that's what it comes down to. Yep, and then it's just a ton of Hydras at the front. Making some Lurkers up here too. It's 110 to 80 supply. The Zealots are just not pulling their weight here. And he cancels the Lurks. Because he sees the High Templar coming up. Not enough energy on that guy, by the way. But, you know, just the threat of it all is problematic. So, boo! Boo, yeah. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Man. What a great display. Like, fantastic display of PvZ there. And I can't get over it. I can't get over those Reavers dying. Those weren't even Reavers on the ground that got sniped. Those were Reavers helpless, squished inside that tiny shuttle and dying. 72,000 points to 75,000 points. Larva got more points here today. Outproduced the Protoss. Got outkilled by a tiny bit, but really outproduced. That's a ton of Hydras made here today. 7 Protoss buildings raised. No Zerg buildings died. And outspending the Protoss by just a little bit. By just like 500 resources in 14 minutes. But when a lot of those resources are Reavers, it's gonna be a big deal. So GG. Like, what a... What a great display. I mean, that was... Man. That was such an incredible PvZ for Game 2. All right, man. That means we're going to Game 3, which this is it, right? You've played 2 games already. The first one, Protoss. Second one, Zergs. Whoever wins this is the winner. Gets all of the crowns and the flowers and the glory. And let's see who it is. Neo, Sylphid, Larva, and Bisu. Game 3. Top side, Bisu. Left side, Larva. This is a great map, man. So many good games on Neo, Sylphid. RJB thinks it's because of the placement for the starting on this 3-player map. Just no direct path, right? No direct path to the other side or to a player's base. You have to go diagonally, not in a straight line, which leads to nice flanking attempts and weird situations and a lot of space for drops. And we'll see if Larva goes overpool here again. He won doing it once and lost doing it once. So we'll see if he decides to do that. It's not going to be an early pool, I can tell you that much. Once again, Bisu just taking the safe pylon placement. What else is going on in the world? I've been reading some Warhammer books. Those have been a ton of fun. I'm in the middle of, I actually think, I'm reading Fulgrim right now, but I should be done with it by the time this thing posts. But yeah, fantastic. So they got some really good writers, man. And that's the thing. If you're going to have somebody write books for your IP, just hire talented people. I don't know why this is hard. Just a lot of Hollywood adaptations are just like, we're going to hire whoever, and I hope it works out. It's like, you guys, we need talent. We need experience for this important IP. If you have people that don't have experience, you want to get them experience, have them work on smaller projects. And it is a hatch first this time from Larva. So that's fun. Speaking of adaptations, Dune Part 2 is coming out in theaters, directed by Denis Villeneuve, who is maybe like a top 5 director right now working in Hollywood. Love that guy. And Dune Part 1 was so good. I cannot believe how good it was. The adaptation of Dune I felt like was impossible. There have been attempts before, but man, just nailed it. So I can't wait for Part 2. I was really disappointed in the theater when the credits rolled and it was like, this is end of Part 1. And I was like, come on, put that in the marketing. They didn't. It wasn't in the marketing at first. They added it later, but I was there like day 1 or 2 and it wasn't there for me. Anyway, enough. Dune's going to be good. Gateway opening from Bisu. Zealot already on the way. Robert the Zealot in particular. There is Robert the Zealot merch available at falconpaladin.store. So Drone trying to body block this guy because he's like, I went hatch first. I just need a few seconds of this Zealot not being in my face before the lings pop out. Drone's like, good enough. Good enough, sir. So pool finishes. Immediately 2 sets of lings are on the way. And a 3rd hatch behind this from Larva. Dang! I guess he knows. He saw there was an expansion behind this. There's no second gate. So he's like, this is an insane amounts of pressure. This is just regular old 1 gate, expand, Zealot pressure. I've dealt with this 100,000 times. This Zealot gonna hack away on my 3rd hatch though, making it a lot softer for future. Never mind. We're just gonna... gonna be here. This is my be annoying hiding spot, right? A super be annoying hiding spot for Robert the Zealot because the lings are like, oh, only one of us can attack you at a time. But you're still there, and you're still a threat to my drones. It's just like, what do we do? Well, we get Hydras, then we can snipe them from a long way away. That'd be nice. Gas finally coming in from Bisu. Lings. It's trying to go for a run by, but that's actually a block. So, like, can we kill the Forge? With incredible Zergling Micro, we can kill one of these buildings. Ow, we took a hit. Never mind. It's over. No incredible Micro on display. Overlord coming in for the Scouts. Terry the Overlord stuff available at falconpaladin.store as well. First 100 gas going to guess what? A lair. Second 100 gas going to guess what? Metabolic boost. We know how this works. We understand it. And see, oh no, 2. Ooh. Trying to, like, mineral walk this Zealot. Wow, did he not lose a single Zergling there? Larva, you're a wizard. He took damage on, like, all of them and this drone, but none of them died. Lings get a run by. Lings get a full scout into the Protoss base. They aren't have speed yet. Who needs speed, they say. La la la. Scout. No, don't just die to these probes. Don't die to every. So it was less of a scout and more of a go into the mineral line and die maneuver. Ooh, Zealot's getting into this third base, though. Okay. This is not something Larva was prepared for. He's making 9 sets of Lings, though. That'd be... You might need that many. To build a Sunken. At this point, to deal with 3 Zealots back here, just throw up a Sunken. Honestly. I think that's what you probably have to do. This probe running around. Speed of sound. Woo! Speed finished. Seriously. Sacrificing 1 drone to make a Sunken, I know it's a drone plus the resources for the creep and then for the Sunken. It's not cheap. But not having to worry about these Zealots would be worth it. Yeah, worth the resources, probably. Spire, Macro Hatch, Zergy doing Zerg things here. And has not taken a second gas yet. So this doesn't feel like a ton of Mutalisks, but it's always on the table, right? Citadel of Adun, air weapons level 1, ground weapons level 1 coming in. Kind of like the position here for Bisu. But once again, if this can just be a bunch of Hydras and a few Scourge to deal with Corsairs on some level. I don't know. This could work out. I think Larva could pull this off. I just really love this Speed Zealot +1 air weapons Corsair opening. Although, again, that's a lot of what happened in game number 2. In fairness, so... Ling. Okay, this is where those Lings came in. The 18 Lings that he made. Good probe pull, though. 1 cannon died, but that's why there's a second backup cannon, y'all. Dude, more Zealots coming into this third base. Oh, now he's trying to build a Sunken. Why didn't he start this like a minute and a half ago? All right. Sunken, chunk, Sunken, ka-chunk, Sunken, ka-chunk. The Zealots are actually getting all messed up by this drone micro. Dude, this drone drilling stuff. That mineral walking stuff was sick. Wow. Those Zealots wanted to jump on that Sunken so bad, and Larva was like, no. How about that not happen? It's 40 probes and 25 drones, though. This is not an incredibly good economic position from Larva. It's not bad, right? Zergs traditionally have lower drone counts at this stage of the game because they can make Hydras, which are cheap and incredibly effective, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill. Replaced cannon A, backup cannon B is still there. Again, you made me make all these Lings. Made me make all these Lings, and then, what do I do with them now? Well, let's scout see there are no ninja bases. No weird proxies going on. Templar Archives finishing up from Bisu. +1 attack 2. Missile attacks on the way. Hydra movement. Coming in and trying to drone. 5 drones at a time, right? That is the Zerg superpower. The ability to just make a bunch of drones at once. Lings think about going for the run by. Decide not to. Dark Templar on the way. Storm on the way. Templar Archives providing a lot of different value here for the Protoss, don't you know? Faster Overlord movement getting researched. And I go for drops again. That drop was pretty effective in game 2. I wouldn't say no to another one of those, but you know Falcon. He likes drops no matter what. Again, Protoss is best at drops. If you're a fan of drops, Protoss is where it's at, man. And the Corsairs just, they scout. Is that Hive? No. No Hive? Cool. Hive here? No. There's no way there's a Hive up here. That'd be hilarious. Dan the DT sharking around. Yeah. Yeah, body blocking and swiping away, slicing away at those lings. Not a huge deal if you're Larva, but so far so good, I'd say. 3 bases for Larva, up to 32 drones now, and he just fired up 10 Hydralisks. He's going to have +1 attack on those Hydras, going to have range, going to have speed, going to be strong. Cannon wall big. Big cannon wall this time. Corsairs continuing to scout out. Just 6 of them, man. They got +1 attack. They haven't really been able to get many Overlords in this game. The supply blocks have not been coming for Larva today. Scourge make no connections, but Overlords don't die either. And I think that's an okay outcome for any Zerg player when 6+1 Corsairs show up at their 3rd base. Another macro hatch. Falcon loves a good macro hatch. Macro gateways. Falcon loves a good macro gateway. And setting up pre-scouting to see if the 3rd base is safe to take here as Bisu, and it is. But there's a really big mobile Zerg army out on the map. And so how safe is your 3rd base? I don't know. Lurker aspect coming in. We're getting into the part of the game where Hydra Lurker is really strong. But as we all know, there is a window on it. Can Larva win within that window using Hydra Lurker? Or is he going to run out? Is Hydra Lurker going to lose its effectiveness and run out of steam, and the Protoss is going to win because there's no Plague, and there's no Dark Swarm, and there's no Adrenal, and the Zerg players stuck on this tier 2.5 stuff, and tier 3 is locked away from him forever, and it's very sad, and Zerg players are like, why didn't you just tech up to Hive, you idiot? I think that's generally what they say when that happens. Look at these lings just juking. They're like they're playing football, man. And they've gotten through the defense. They're going for the touchdown. 4th base coming in from Larva. No Sunkens here because there's no creep here yet. Ton of Zealots with +1. Observatory on the way because, again, these Lurkers are going to be a problem. Overlord knew it was going to die but wanted to scout anyway. And I guess, I don't know. What did you expect to find at this stage of the game, you know? I guess looking for a robotic support bay, looking for if there's Reaver tech yet, and not finding it. Alright, Larva on the move out here. Yeah, middle of the map engagements against... Well, there's more Zealots than Hydras here, so it's not ideal. Oh, DT manages to sneak in. Get a couple of kills here, despite the presence of that Sunken and these Overlords. That's tough to do for Dark Templar, but he's being controlled by Bisu, so that means... it just means a lot, is what it means here. Well, 3rd base is warping in from Bisu. That's a huge deal for him. 4th base is done with gas immediately getting taken here. So Hydra Lurker is up. Did he try to Lurker trap that a little bit? Those Lurkers, I think, could have attacked if they'd wanted to, but I think they were being held. Or, you know, stop was being spammed. The thing about Lurkers in the middle of the map is, as always, they can just kind of be run up on with Dragoons or avoided altogether. Okay, so this is the battle of the game so far. This base needs to live for Larva. If Bisu can take it down, that's a huge deal, but the angle of attack is not advantageous for Bisu here. There's too many Hydras. Way too many Hydras. Yeah, well, a couple free Zealot kills there. Not bad. I love how Hydras look like they're kind of galloping when they have the speed upgrade, even though they're still slithering. It always, to me, looks like they're kind of like butterdum, 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 butterdum. like they're horses, you know? But looking close in, nah, they're just kind of slithering fast. Right? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that makes me feel that way. Like it's a gallop. Oh, Hydra sneaking up this way. Bisu! No High Templar at that base at all. Oh, he's coming over to save it. He gets just enough advance warning. And the Storms are going to save this base. The High Templar parking themselves here. Better late than never. Actually, all these Hydras just serve their own death warrant. So they're going to try to kill as many probes as they can. Nice target firing. Couple probes die. 54 to 47 workers in favor of the Protoss here, but less than it was a second ago. Hydras getting, oh my gosh, get up. I don't know if they know about this. I think they might have been made a beeline for that. Could have probably forced a cancel on that Nexus if they got on the top of this ramp, but instead, no. Bisu engages. There's a Queen's Nest, and Zerg players breathe a sigh of relief that Larva's not going to try to rely too heavily on the Hydra Lurker stuff here from this point on. He is on the path towards getting some Plagues out, which are just, that's it. That's what you want right now. Against a very heavy Zealot Dragoon composition, Plagues are insanely powerful. But also, Larva needs a new base. A couple Lings did find their way, so he knows about this base now. Corsair's continuing to hunt about, but man, if none of them really have that many kills. There's only 3 of them and remaining 2, which means there have been some Hydra connections. Pretty big deal. But man, Bisu's like, okay, this is the window. There are no Defilers. There's nothing too scary out there. I have enough Storm. I have enough Dragoons. Where are the Overlords to snipe these Obs? Why are there no Overlords with this army? I'm concerned about this. Yeah, Beast is up 197 to 162 supply. Hive is on the way, but that is such long distance between Hive and Plague is done. You need to go Hive, then Defiler Mound, then Consume, then Research Plague. And then you're there, but that is a bunch of steps, and those are not short steps either. So Hydras and Lurkers alone, trying to make this thing work right now. Lurkers burrowing in. Storms and Dragoons dealing with them quite nicely. Hydras and Lings chasing this Dragoon army away. They kind of got separated. And again, doesn't quite want to come into this 4th base. I think Larva's buying the time that he needs. But Larva also sort of really needs a 5th base. Maybe that's what this is going to be, but the Protoss is cutting off access to that base. There's a drone here, but is there a drone here for long? No, definitely not. And beautiful Storm blankets here. The Hive is done. I don't see a Defiler Mound getting tossed down, though. Dude, come on. He needs it. This game is chaos. But Larva's making it work in a way that just he's kind of keeping the Protoss on his heels. Kind of trying to make him feel like he can't just go for the kill, right? Zealot trying to make sure this base doesn't happen. Where's the Adrenal? Larva, you have a Hive. What are you using that Hive for? It's not +3 armor or attacks at all. Man, does he feel like he doesn't need it? Man, look at this ginormous engagement sprawling across the entire middle of this map. Storms are eating Hydras really bad, sir. Really bad. 150 to 111 supply. No Adrenal being researched. No Defiler Mound coming up. But somehow... What the heck, Larva? Is this working? Dude, Larva is a wizard sometimes. How? Finally, Adrenal gets started, and a Defiler Mound gets tossed down. Larva's like, oh, I have a Hive. How long has that been the case? It's been a minute, Larva, but I understand. Your attention's been elsewhere. You're fighting against Bisu here. You're probably feeling really, really stressed out right now. This is a 5th base, by the way, bottom right from Bisu. 5th base is coming up at the same time from the Zerg, but that's not what you want to see if you're a Zerg player. Yeah, Bisu falling back here is exactly what Larva needs. This is allowing him to expand to a 6th base down here at this kind of 1-ramp accessible expansion here. His Defiler Mound is done. Consume getting researched would be pretty great right now. Pretty incredible. Corsairs for free. Yeah, Corsair value kind of falls off once there's 100 +2 Hydras kind of roaming around the map. Corsair sees this base. It's serious, though. It'd be really, really great to get some Consume. And maybe a couple Defilers. I don't know, man. Templar sniped. Templar survives. A lot of Hydras died for that. That was gambling by Larva. Without a doubt. This game is crazy. This game is crazy. 198 to 153 supply. Larva is supply blocked. Larva, seriously, man. You have a Defiler Mound. Get Consume. Sir, please. He's not doing it, friends. He's just not doing it. Adrenal's great and all. I'm not going to say no to Adrenal and +1/+1 Lings. Lurkers burrowed in, taking Storm, taking Zealots hits, taking Dragoon hits too. Look at the sheer positioning here. This battle is ranging wide across this map. More units cruising in from Larva. The Storms and the Archons chewing up these Lings, but more and more Zerglings coming. Archons going down. Adrenal Lings. That Archon has 14 kills and 15 kills and is dead. These Dragoons getting mashed into a corner a little bit, but it's 150 to 88 supply. Protoss is up. Zealots got down into the 6th base to shut it down. But in full retreat here is the Protoss player. More Lurkers coming in, but man, a 150 to 90 supply position is not great. Not great if you're Larva. Did he gamble? Did he think Adrenal Lings would be all the tier 3 stuff that he needed? He wouldn't need Plague. He wouldn't need Dark Swarm. He was wrong. GG! Bisu takes game 3 and wins the best of 3. Holy cannoli. That was insane. That was an absolutely insane best of 3. I don't know if I want to epic tag this, personally, right? I mean, I'm looking at if Larva had gotten Dark Swarm and Plague and Bisu had just pushed through it anyway, I think I might have epic tagged it. But Larva's like, nah, man, who needs spellcasting against Bisu at the 20-minute mark? You do. Everybody does, honestly. Yeah, man. DTs, Archons, Dragoons, 3-2 upgrades on those guys. The Hydras, I think, are at 2-1. 1-1 on these Lings, so he's behind in upgrades. He doesn't have Plague. I don't understand it. There was a window there where the Protoss was kind of sharking around the right side of the map. Larva was safe for a minute. He had his 6 bases. If he had started Consume immediately and started Plague immediately, he would have had Plague for the last couple minutes of this game. And that would have extended it. That would have extended the rest of this game for sure. I mean, I know I'm hindsight is 2020-ing this, but every Protoss player feels great about PvZ, especially at this stage where they've got a ton of tanky Zealots and Dragoons that are hitting hard from distance, and then boing, Plague hits this, and Plague hits this, and then the Protoss feels bad about it. At this point, the Protoss says, nope. Nope, this is not where I want to be. And then it gets a lot easier for the Zerg from that point on, you know? But I think Larva was like, I can shut this down with Hydra, Lurker, Ling, if the Lings have Adrenal. But he couldn't. That was a great engagement he had up against this wall. But then the superior macro, the superior ability to produce stuff based on all the bases that Protoss has had, and then the counterattack against these outer-lying bases that the Zerg had, and that was it. Insane. Bisu, what a monster. Gets the win. Plays it perfectly. Wow. 138,000 points, 170. Bisu getting outproduced 2-1. Killing and closer to a 4-1. That's going to help a lot. 3-1 buildings raised. Doesn't really make any sense there. And 45 to 43,000 resources spent. Bisu outspent the Zerg here. That's a little surprising. I know Bisu got his 5th base up before the Zerg player did, but yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the timing, right? I'm talking about the timing when it comes to Plague, and Bisu's like, nah, just outspend the Zerg player in 20 minutes and you'll beat him. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that was fun. What a great best of 3 that was. Hit that like button, man. Just Bisu. How long has he been doing this? And he's still beating players like Larva. Thumbs up. Just super thumbs up. That is a good game. Maybe I'm going to epic tag that. I don't know. It's just... That first game was nuts. The second game had some sick plays too. This game had some sick plays. Might have to epic tag this. Let me know in the comments. If you're like one of the first people to watch this, leave a comment that says, is this epic? All right, all right. I guess the comment, say it's epic or not, I guess is the way to put that. It's 11:30 at night. I got to get to bed, but that was fun. That was super fun. And what else is that going to be? It from me. So, this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.